Hi guys, Matt Hancock's here and welcome to our next instalment of this video series. And today we're going to be talking about anti-aging. Now we're going to be going a little bit deeper into genes, the environment, health and weight loss and how that improves the longevity. Now obviously we associate getting older with kind of saggy, wrinkly skin and how we kind of perceive each other from the outside. What you've got to remember is that we're aging from the inside as well, and so we really have to look at the aging process from a cellular level. And we've been talking about improving our cellular health and our health of our environment in order to actively help longevity. And so I'm going to just pinpoint the main things we need to be looking at. So a little bit of summarizing, but then the main things we need to be looking at to nourish the body in a way that's going to help longevity and offset some of the aging processes. So Thomas Edison, he quoted that the doctor of the future will give no medicine but interest their patient in the care of the human frame, in diet and the cause and prevention of disease. So it makes you wonder, really, with all the drug related treatments available, how it all went so horribly wrong. As a society we're getting more and more sick, and sadly with all the advances in modern medicine in the Western world continues to see increases in levels of obesity, insulin resistance, and stress related conditions. We now have, in the UK, the highest incidence of child obesity across Europe. And many researchers kind of believe that modern medicine has to change, become more integrated to be able to fully understand how to control this complicated health condition such as obesity. It's not as easy as just saying, well, eat less and go and exercise more. Last time we mentioned a new field of medicine called epigenetics, which is showing us that it's in our genes that control our health or weight loss destiny, but it's the environment that they are actually that they're expressed in. So our genes are hardwired for scarcity of food and long frequent periods of physical activity, and so it's easy to see why getting fatter is an easy process. Some individuals may have genes that are more likely to make us put on weight than others, but it is only when these genes are allowed to be expressed in the wrong environment, i.e. excess calories and the wrong types of food and the reduced physical activity, that this actually happens. So the environment is the key. Now, toxicity and weight loss, we've obviously talked a little bit about it, but I want to just delve into this a little bit further, okay? Because unfortunately in our modern world, we all hold in our bodies more industrial chemicals than we should, okay? So these chemicals impact on our general health, and they have a role to play obviously in preventing continued weight loss. Most of these chemicals are stored in fat cells, and when we start to lose weight, these are liberated and can cause illness. So this has on occasion happened. People will go on extreme detox diets, but they won't actually be providing their bodies with the nutrients to cope with the extra toxicity that's going to be released from the cells. And so it can make you very, very sick. It's like poison just rushing into your body. It's like an overload. And so this is why we've expressed the importance of having good nutrition along with your detox from the outset. So you're providing your body with the right nutritional support to cope with the toxicity that's going to be released in your weight loss process. Now, one of the what's really important for you to kind of get to grips with is that we are just a chemical cocktail basically. On average we're consuming about 2 pounds to 3 pounds of additives a year. And in the obesity journal it actually recommended that we need to lose a little bit of weight initially, because otherwise we are at risk of poisoning ourselves, and it's simply because of the toxins that we have. So I prefer personally, and we prefer a lot of nutritionists and fitness coaches and some of the top medical doctors out there are going down kind of cleanse protocol. I much prefer to do that because it's actually giving your excretory organs, so the liver, the kidney, the skin, the gastrointestinal tract, the nutrients to perform and get rid of the toxic buildup. Okay, so this cleanse is important as it opens up the exit pathways for the toxins to be processed, and then with the added nutrients that you're putting in through good food, you will be able to cope with that toxicity. There are dangers lurking in fruit and veg. We know this, we've had a look at this before, but just to reiterate that 50% of lettuce leaves contain more than 7 pesticides. Apples, 78% of apples contain pesticides, so even if we're trying to eat healthy, you've got to be aware that there are huge amounts of pesticides sprayed on them. Now, bread, you may be bringing bread back into your diet, but go for spelt bread or rye bread. Those varieties are much better. Because in processed breads, you've got 78% that contain pesticides. So you must be aware. You must be aware of this, and probably, although we know it costs a little more, you really want to be going organic. These foods contain hormones. They won't contain any hormones, pesticides, or insecticides that occur in these mass-produced foods. All right, so it really is essential that if you can, you go down the organic route. Now, toxic overload, not just from the foods we're eating, but the environment, as we've just been saying, causes tiredness, lack of energy, problem skin, weight gain, body odor, ill health. All of it is down to an accumulation of toxicity, and we need to improve the health of our cells by detoxing and giving our foods the right sort of quality nutrients to boost the health of our cells, and therefore the health of our body. So it's important for you to understand that one of the most toxic environments is actually the home. So we would want to start with giving the home a little bit of a spring clean. Now, one of them, it may shock you to hear this, but basically if you consider, that cleaning products, shampoo, conditioner, makeup, perfume, hair products, moisturizers, washing up liquid, air fresheners, even garden fertilizer, garden weed killer, paint, plastics, they all play a role in increasing toxicity within our bodies. A startling statistic is that the average female in the UK will put on about 515 chemicals through skin and hair and body products. So we've already explored the fact that a toxic environment creates the conditions for the body to hold fat to help protect it against these toxins. And so what we need to do really is start from the home, because these all affect the health of our cells and our genes. So we can start with changing our household cleaning products. So there's a multi-use cleaning product called Nature's Sunshine Concentrate, and this is a fabulous product. It can be used to do absolutely everything, from cleaning your pets to washing your clothes, washing pans. It's a really phenomenal concentrated formula. It's now where the best thing is that it won't harm the environment, okay, or your family, because it contains absolutely no phosphates, borates, or acids. Now, many soaps will have a pH of about 8 or higher, which means that they'll be harmful to those who have sensitive skin. But with a pH of 6.5, Nature's Sunshine is so gentle that you can actually use it, as a shampoo or a hand soap. It's safe for people, animals, plants, our environment. It's biodegradable, it's non-polluting, it's chemical free, and it will actually save you money, because one bottle equals about 200 gallons of window cleaner, or 64 gallons of your average household cleaner. A local domestic cleaning firm in Harrogate, which is where my studio is, they use Nature's Sunshine Concentrate and absolutely swear by it as a cleaning product. So if it's coming from the experts there. The other thing you might want to do is, or you should do, in my opinion, is switch to Nature's Sunshine toothpaste or an equivalent. Just make sure that it's fluoride free. Okay, so you can, we've mentioned before about fluoride being a poison, so you want to get those out of your body. You're using these anyway, so why not switch to a non-toxic? That's really the brunt of it. The next thing you want to do is obviously look at the skin products that you're using. Choosing the right skincare, to nourish your body from the outside, it really is just as important as having the right food, the quality nutrients for longevity. But also you want to be looking at the chemicals. Now, although Temple Spa are not 100% chemical free, they are 100% paraben free. Now parabens, I will get a little bit sciencey, but basically it's a compound formed from acid and alcohol, and companies will use parabens to extend the shelf life of products, prevent growth of bacteria and fungi, etc. So it's kind of like the pesticides on food. Parabens you put on stuff that you're going to be putting on your skin, and unfortunately parabens have been linked with breast cancer and also fertility issues. So you want to be going down any skincare product, any skincare range that you want to use, just make sure from this day forward that it's paraben free. Okay, I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I decided to go down Temple Spa, why we've partnered up with Temple Spa, and really it's because of the quality and integrity of the company. It's a brand based on botanical actives derived mostly from Southern Europe, and many of the ingredients are utilised in nutrition, so they have a sustainable history of healthy effects. It's about, their whole company is about well-being, self-pampering, natural ingredients, essential oils with reduced chemicals and absolutely no animal derivatives. So they really are a great company. Their products are fantastic. They have a deep scientific rationale behind each choice of ingredient, very similar to the Nature's Sunshine, and that's why we've partnered up. So if you really want to find out a bit more about Temple Spa, because they're very difficult to get hold of, they're very exclusive, you can get them in exclusive shopping departments like Harrods in London, or there's some spas around Europe that will have Temple Spa products. We also can provide Temple Spa products for you as well. We're lucky enough to partner up with them and be a distributor, because they like the integrity of our company and what we're trying to do for improving people's health. So we were just as happy to take them on as they were us, I'm sure. So just get in touch if you want to find out more. So the next step we need to do is obviously detox the body. Now, we've done this already. We've done it at the beginning of the program, and this is something that you can do 2 to 3 times per year. So you've got the Healthy Starter Pack program with the liquid chloroform and bifidobacter. So that's the whole program. As I say, you can take it. It's highly recommended, not just for weight loss. It was great at the beginning of your weight loss, but for just keeping really healthy body and really running those cells as they should. And as I say, 2 to 3 times a year is highly recommended. Step 3 is obviously to eat clean. Now, so we're going to be removing everything that we removed at the beginning of the program. During the 21-day cleanse, we want to be kind of sticking to that 80 to 90% of the time. So you really want to be making sure that we've still got reduced amounts of wheat, gluten, dairy, alcohol, processed food, caffeine, red meat and sugar. And then every time you do a cleanse, you take them out 100% again for 21 days and then go back to kind of 80-90% again. So that's the way that I would suggest would be a really good approach. So we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about the nutrigenomics, so how foods talk to our genes, okay, and what's essential, because it's okay knowing that we need those macronutrients, we need to eliminate the foods, but we also need to have a better understanding of the science behind the food. I think this is invaluable to weight loss and obviously general health and longevity. So we have covered that humans require 6 key nutrients to survive, the macronutrients being carbohydrates, proteins and fats, and the micronutrients being the vitamins, the minerals and the water. The new science of nutrigenomics has sort of now allowed scientists to view foods and weight loss in a different way. Weight loss is now not just seen as a reduction in calorie intake, but also that food has information which instructs the body how to lose weight. So all foods carry messages to our genes which instruct health or ill health, fat loss or fat gain. And in fact, studies have shown that groups of participants can eat more calories than other groups but still lose more weight. Therefore, we know that losing weight is not just about the calories, but importantly what the messages contained in those calories. So the quality of the calories becomes even more prevalent. So this is why I've provided you with the food guidelines that allow healthy messages leading to healthy weight loss. These guidelines are based on current scientific research, and years of clinical testing and practical implementation with clients. It forms the basis of this whole program, but also starts to really set the stage for long-term behavioural change, so long-term health, and that's really what we're talking about when we're talking about anti-aging. So we want to talk a little bit more about the proteins, okay? A little bit more about proteins. So obviously what we want to be doing is improving the amount of plant proteins we have, but it's actually comprised of a smaller part called amino acids. Now these form chains which build into proteins, and these are considered, so there are considered 9 amino acids being essential, which basically means that our body can't manufacture them and we need to ingest them through our nutrition. So these amino acids are kind of considered the building blocks of life, since they sort of band together the chains to form the stuff from which your life is born. So think of them as kind of the Lego of life. Protein can't be stored in the body unlike sugar or fat, so it must be ingested daily to form the building blocks of life. Okay? Now, many of the common sources of protein we have avoided in the previous program due to kind of the acidic effects, the impact on the digestive system, so the red meats basically. Kind of now you're into the maintenance or the less strict part of the journey, you can relax a little bit about the protein source, and you can bring red meat back in occasionally. Probably I would go with once a week, 2 tops, but really just red meat once a week is enough. Okay. Same with those or other animal proteins. Monitor how you're feeling after eating them, because some animal proteins will react with your body. So, but definitely whack up the fish proteins and your vegetable proteins. Okay. Remember to get about 80% of your diet from the alkaline sources. We're going to talk a little bit. We'll review that in a little while. And make sure that you're having protein with every meal. I know having protein first thing in the morning can be a little bit tough for some people, but it is one of the best things you can do is to have get protein into your diet in the morning, first thing in the morning, okay, and immediately after a workout. They're 2 things to really get the protein in. And so for your convenience, there is a protein supplement, and a post-workout shake is an ideal way, obviously, to replenish the body with what it needs straight after your workout. But it also makes a great breakfast. So you can just make a breakfast shake, whack some fruit in there and some cinnamon, and you're away. And it's a great fat loss tool because it balances your blood sugars. It also contains 8 essential amino acids, which is needed by the human body. So it's a really good source, and it has tons and tons of vegetables providing all the antioxidants that you need. So it's great, and something you might want to recommend, you might want to get into your system. But just remember to get loads of kidney beans, spirulina, chickpeas, spinach, and all those great protein sources and greens into your system. The next thing you want to do is obviously whack up your fats, remember. So along with protein, fats are essential to life. Some fats are termed kind of essential fatty acids because our body again cannot manufacture them or convert them from another fuel source. So we must have them from our diet, These are kind of, we associate them as being omega-3 and omega-6. Now, if you remember, we probably get enough omega-6 into our diet, but we'll be lacking omega-3. So you really want to be upping your nuts and your seeds, your avocado, your coconut oils, your cold pressed avocado oils. Avocados are really good, olive oils, walnut oils, and these are great. Obviously coconut oil is great for cooking, and then your other oils are good cold on salads and as dressings. Okay, so essential fatty acids, in particular those gained from fish oils, are used to make the cell membranes of every single cell in the body. So optimal amounts are therefore fundamental to maintaining good health. So definitely get some fish oils and get loads of oils into your system. Carbohydrates. So essentially, all I want you to do is eat tons of organic vegetables to provide you with a great source of fibre, and also have some fruit in there too. So the fruit and veg are going to be your carbohydrate source in the most part. You're going to limit your starchy carbs. Just you don't need starchy carbs as much as people think that you do. You just need fibrous carbs. If you want to have starchy carbs, that's fine at this point. You can add sweet potato, you could add white rice, brown rice, rice noodles. So those things are quite good if you do want starchy carbs. But remember, when you go do your second cleanse or your third cleanse, just whack those starches out. Okay. Remember to go with low. You want to go for low GI sources, and make sure that you are having kind of proteins with your fruits, just to lower the GI, so you're not getting blood sugar spikes. So on top of that, we want to be adding all our clean water, so just to create that nice healthy environment for the cells to swim in. And we also want to be making sure that we've got 80% from the alkaline foods. Again, we're talking about the environment that our cells swim in. That's what we're trying to improve. Okay. And again, there for you is the pH chart. So get most of your foods from the alkaline sources, so the spinach, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, lemons and limes, all amazing products. Green beans, green tea, and just avoid those kind of acidic foods. So step 4 is supplementation. Now, we've obviously talked briefly about there being vitamin and mineral deficiency. So the minerals in the soil, obviously not getting the right vitamins from our diet. Even when we go organic, because they're harvested too early, and they have to have for an extended shelf life, that the vitamins within the food are kind of not anywhere what they used to be. So if you remember, an orange today has 60% less vitamin C than it did 50 years ago. So we need to make sure that we're creating a hormone environment that's not going to cause ill health, okay, and weight gain. So we need to make sure, first and foremost, that we are taking our super supplemental. So you should all be on a super supplemental, a really high dose vitamin and mineral. If not, you need to get it now, because it will harmonize your hormones, it will help weight loss, and it will obviously give the cells the nutrients it needs to provide longevity. Okay. The next things we need to do is really look at our fats in more detail. So again, making sure that we're having all those cold pressed olive oils, coconut oils, avocados, omega-3. Now remember, omega-3 is needed by every cell in the body. It reduces inflammation, it speeds the healing of injuries, it will obviously help with weight loss, because you're going to reduce your cravings, and it does turn off the fat storing gene and turns on the fat burning gene. So omega-3 is amazing, and it also balances your blood sugar levels. You remember that we need that healthy cells have to have the fat membrane, so that messages can be relayed in between the cells. And so what you need to do is make sure that nutrients can get in and waste can get out of the cells, and that can only be done if you coat with really good sources of omega-3. Okay, antioxidants. So powerful phytonutrients contained in the organic vegetables and fruits, and these neutralize damage caused by free radicals, which go around the body, as we've said before, and severely harm our cells. Now, these phytonutrients are contained in the roots of the plants and only really get transferred to the fruit or vegetable on the day that they ripen, meaning that most supermarket produce doesn't really contain nearly as many phytonutrients compared to locally picked vine-ripened organic produce. Supermarket produce tends to get picked 10 days before they ripen, so they can then have a 3-day shipping and a 7-day shelf life, meaning that much of the crucial phytochemicals haven't really been transferred to the fruit or veg. So the protective properties of phytochemicals and micronutrients in the form of vitamins and minerals seem to be our protective mechanism against these toxic invaders that are constantly trying to access our bodies. So the reason eating plenty of fresh, locally picked organic vegetables and fruits is a vital step in sort of long-term health and wellness. But very often, it's a great idea to supplement with phytochemicals to help again fill the gaps from our diet, and offers just some extra protection from the effects of modern living, and antioxidants really are essential for anti-aging. One of the most powerful phytonutrients and antioxidant supplements on the market by far is Zambroza. So it's 3 times more powerful than any other antioxidant on the market. So it's a super drink. It contains vitamins B, B1, B2, B6, vitamin E, vitamin C, omega-3 and 6, beta carotene, phytonutrients, fiber, about 22 minerals, and so this is one of the ones that you should really be going for. Okay. If you remember, free radical damage, we talked about the free radical damage and biochemical toxicity, that it really does it causes inflammation. Okay, it irritates, it ages us, it causes degeneration of the body tissues. Antioxidants will prevent that from happening to some degree. So the amount of antioxidants in your body is directly proportional to how long you will live. It says it all really. If you want to reduce the anti-aging process, you've got to have a decent amount of antioxidants in your body. So I think when we understand that free radicals damage cells, antioxidants block free radical damage, then antioxidants therefore helping to block the aging process. I think once you understand that, you can then go out and get hold of some antioxidants, and some of the things that it will help prevent really is it's a whole manner of diseases, because all it's doing is help reduce the inflammation and help reduce the bombardment of free radicals. The trouble with the most alarming thing really when it comes to antioxidants, we all know the benefits of fruit and vegetables. I mean, we all hear that we should be having five servings of more fruit and vegetables, but only 10% of Britons actually eat 5 or more servings, and that doesn't mean that they're getting them from good sources of organic, locally farmed produce either. Okay, so we know that if we're going to limit the amount of free radicals and if we're going to limit the amount of antioxidants in our body, we are going to double our chances of inflammation and other diseases, as well as cancer. So no question that antioxidants need to form part of your daily essentials, especially when we're talking about the anti-aging process, because it's going to boost your immune system. It's got great anti-aging benefits. It prevents against diseases, free radical damage, and obviously reduces the inflammation. So Aging is obviously a consequence. It is a consequence of deficiency diseases, right, of global proportion. So you have to make sure that you have enough vitamins E, C, and beta carotene in order to sort of stave off the aging. Now, obviously, Zambrosa does have these three vitamins in, so it is probably your baseline protection against anti-aging. And we've already said that we know it's not smart to think about vitamins and minerals, that we get it in our food, right? We do need to supplement. There's no two ways about it. Okay, there isn't one miracle pill. So Zambrosa is phenomenal. It does have all of those vital minerals in and vitamins in, but you probably need to, well, in my opinion, you would need to add to that as well. Now, if you only did one thing, you'd want to have vitamin E. Okay, vitamin E is really basically prevents. It's great for preventing heart disease. It really boosts your immune system, and you can't get enough or high enough doses of vitamin E really unless you're eating kind of 5,000 calories a day, and that's from good sources of food. Okay. It blocks artery clogging. So there was a study in a Texas University study where it was looking at the amount of vitamin E. So for 3 months, what they noticed is they absolutely slashed the LDL cholesterol, and its ability to damage arteries and cause heart disease was reduced by 40%. So it was very clear that vitamin E is the most potent antioxidant against LDL oxidation. So it's you do have to understand that you do need quite high doses of vitamin E. So the vitamin E in Zambrosa alone will not do it. You will need to add extra vitamin E into your diet. It's just more here that shows you about its zapping effects on heart attacks. So it's good for circulatory system, cardiovascular health. Major heart disease was reduced by 41%, 29% lower stroke risk, and 13% decrease in overall mortality rate just by adding vitamin E into the diet. The next vitamin you want to consider is vitamin C. Again, this is in all your fruits and vegetables, and it is in Zambrosa. But vitamin C is absolutely phenomenal, not only for repairing tissue, but it really is one of the most vital vitamins to supplement with. Okay, now a 30-year-old man who eats vitamin C rich foods and takes a vitamin C supplement will slash his chances of heart disease death by 2/3 and live 6.3 years longer. And this is from a doctor in California that's kind of done the research around vitamin C. So there is solid proof that vitamin C can add years to your life. 6 years to a man's life and 2 years to a woman's life is kind of the research that they found. Deaths from cardiovascular disease alone can be dropped by over 40% in the male who takes vitamin C. So life prolonging benefits far outstrip lowering cholesterol and cutting down on fat. So it's good to lower your cholesterol. It's great to cut down on those bad fats. But when we're talking about life prolonging benefits, then vitamin C becomes one of those vital things we've got to add to our daily diets. So what we've got then really is our optimal anti-aging program would be to cleanse 2 or 3 times a year. Make sure you've got a clean diet which is full of vegetables and fruit, preferably organic, local farm produce. You want to be having 80% from an alkaline source diet. You then want to be making sure that you are having your daily essentials, so your omega, your daily super supplemental, and then boost your system with vitamin E. Now, vitamin E, Nature Sunshine have put vitamin E with selenium together. Now, selenium is a trace mineral. If you remember, it collates mercury and gets mercury out of your system. You can get selenium via seafood and Brazil nuts, but it actually is a very, very powerful antioxidant on its own. And so together with these, vitamin E and selenium work really, really well, and work together to just perform, just create a very potent antioxidant. Okay, so these really do help maintain a healthy heart and liver. A recent study in England found that there is a relationship between a number of health problems and low dietary intake of selenium. The study found that there was a higher incidence of miscarriages, male infertility, mood problems, thyroid disorders, cardiovascular disease, and even arthritis just with low selenium. So it's a very, if we're talking about longevity, which of course we have been in this video, selenium, vitamin E together would be really good supplement. And then if you feel that you're not getting enough vitamin C from your fruits and vegetables, I really would consider taking a vitamin C supplement as well. So for me, that's your optimal anti-aging program. I hope that kind of highlights what you should be doing for added health benefits and to lead a nice healthy life going forward. I'm going to do one more video which is going to obviously sum up the whole of the program and what we want to be doing going forward. But until then, just really take note of what we've been talking about today, and carry on eating well, carry on with your exercise program, and I'll catch you soon. Cheers then, bye bye.